These are the 4 things I quit to go from soft and flabby to ripped with a six pack. The first is eating high protein. My sole focus used to be on just making sure everything I ate was high in protein. It didn't matter what I was eating, as long as protein was high, I would eat it. This meant I was eating things like microwave meals high in protein, Chipotle, protein bars, Subway, all these foods that are marketed under the guise of being healthy and high protein, but you don't know what else goes into them that are stifling your body's ability to lose fat and build muscle. So, for example, in Australia, there are these microwave meals called My Muscle Chef, and they're marketed as high protein, low calorie, and healthy. So, for example, if you take this tandoori chicken microwave meal, I used to look at this and think, oh, this is great. It's got 51 grams of protein. It's only 400 calories. This is sweet. But then you look at the ingredients. There's vegetable oil, seasonings with soy and wheat, flavor enhancers. What's that? Colors 110 and 122. Again, what is that? And smoky barbecue marinade. All of these garbage ingredients kill your energy levels. They kill your testosterone levels. And what do you think that does to your body's ability to lose fat and build muscle? It absolutely tanks it. These random ingredients also increase your hunger levels. It spikes ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, which means after eating it, you're just going to be even more hungry, leading to you overeating on other random foods, meaning you're not going to be losing fat. So sure, it looks great. You might hit your macros and build a bit of muscle, but you're still just going to be soft and flabby, like I was in this video. I only got ripped after cutting all of these high protein marketed foods out of my diet completely. Instead, I make everything myself. It's only then that you truly know what is going into the foods that you're eating. And it's only then that you can ensure that all of the ingredients that are going into your body are going to be conducive to building muscle and losing fat. I'll tell you for free, there's no one that eats microwave meals like this on a regular basis and is ripped. When you commit to cooking things yourself and preparing all of your meals yourself, it means that you avoid all of the garbage ingredients that are put into these high protein marketed foods. And it's only then that you can actually get ripped. The second thing was having cheat meals. If you want to get ripped, and I'm talking 10% body fat, lean and aesthetic like this, you have to stop eating cheat meals on a regular basis. That means you can't have a weekly burger and chips or a weekly pizza or eating any fast food like McDonald's or KFC. I used to eat cheat meals once every week because I would see all of these people online that were ripped and they ate pizza, burgers, and fast food. And I thought, if they're eating like that and they're ripped, well then so can I. You see people like Sam Sulek eating Krispy Kremes. You see all these fitness influencers doing the 10,000 calorie challenge, eating pizza, burgers, and they're ripped. But eating that way, as I'm sure you know, is not going to get you ripped. Not even having cheat meals once a week or once a month is something that you can do to be ripped. When these fitness influencers show you them eating cheat meals and they're still ripped, there's 2 scenarios. The first is that they're on steroids, and so they can get away with eating all this garbage food and still be ripped. The second is that you only saw 1% or 1 day of the entire year where they cheated on their normally consistent, healthy, and clean diet. So you might have seen a 10,000 calorie challenge video, but that was 1 day of the year. The other 364 days of that year, they were consistent and were eating clean. But all you saw of them was that 1 day where they were eating cheat meals. So your perception of what their diet is skewed. You think they eat that way and can be ripped. But the fact is you didn't see the other 364 days of the year where they were eating clean. So I think naturally, a lot of people will see these videos online and think that if they're eating like that, well then I can eat like that and be ripped as well. But it's not the case. So you've been sold a lie. You simply can't get away with it, especially not every week. If you're eating cheat meals weekly or fortnightly, I guarantee this is what you're going to look like. You might have a bit of muscle, but you're just still going to have that flabby, soft look to you. Cut out the cheat meals, cook for yourself 99% of the time, and you will be ripped. The third thing is walking 10,000 steps every day. Everyone loves to say, just walk 10,000 steps every day and you'll start losing fat. And I generally agree with that because when you walk more, you're going to burn more calories. That's just a fact. But if you think about it, walking 10,000 steps every day is piss easy. And so a lot of people actually achieve 10,000 steps every day, but not everyone is ripped or in particularly great shape, are they? So clearly walking 10,000 steps is not the solution. The first thing I want to say is that you cannot out cardio a bad diet. When you're eating cheat meals, when you're eating Chipotle, when you're eating My Muscle Chef microwave meals, walking 10,000 steps every day is not going to do anything for you because your diet and nutrition is way more important than any cardio you're doing for fat levels. The second thing is that I am a huge advocate of cardio, especially when you get to the latter stages of dieting, where you just have a bit of stubborn belly fat that won't come off. At that point, I think cardio is a great tool to use to be able to burn more calories so that you can more easily achieve a calorie deficit, which means you can finally get rid of that last bit of fat that's on your belly. But I've tried walking more to burn more calories and achieve that calorie deficit to get rid of my belly fat. But it just doesn't work because walking is too low intensity to get a sufficient calorie burn to make sure you're continually hitting calorie deficits to lose stubborn belly fat. You need to be doing something more intense. Incline walking on the treadmill, running, cycling, whatever form of cardio that you enjoy, as long as it gets your heart rate into that 120 to 160 beats per minute range. When your heart rate is in that range, it's only then that you can get that sufficient calorie burn to make sure you're achieving a calorie deficit. You can burn 500 calories in 30 to 45 minutes, which is going to help you achieve a calorie deficit. That's compared to having to walk for 1.5 to 2 hours to burn 500 calories. The fourth thing is snacking. I would always just see food randomly and then eat it. If there were nuts out on the kitchen counter, or if there were chocolate bars available at work, I would just take it and eat it, despite it not being a dedicated time for me to eat, like a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Snacking is bad because it trains your body to just be hungry at random times of the day. And when you're hungrier throughout the day, you're more likely to binge eat and overeat on your calories. Now, I only eat at 3 times during the day: 7:30 a.m., 1 p.m., and 5 p.m. I don't have these random snacks of nuts at say 2 p.m. or a chocolate bar at 3:30 p.m. So I never get hungry at these random times of the day at like 2 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. because I don't normally eat then. You get hungry whenever your body is used to eating. So I naturally get hungry at 7:30, 1, and 5 because those are the times that I normally eat food. And it's fine that I get hungry at those times of the day because I have planned meals that I know I'm going to eat. The problem is when you just get randomly hungry throughout the day. So it might be 2:30 p.m. and you're starving despite already having eaten breakfast and lunch. And so you become more prone to eating garbage foods that are going to blow out your calories. Now, I just want to end on this. All of these things might seem a bit extreme to you, but it's just the truth. There is a reason why ripped physiques are so rare. It's because no one is willing to put this level of effort and work in to achieve the outcome. So it's not meant to be easy. If you learned anything from this video, please consider subscribing. We are getting to 10K subs soon, and I'll see you in the next one.